Welcome to the story of the Daffodil Principle, a tale of beauty, patience, and inspiration. The Daffodil Principle. Several times my daughter had telephoned to say, "Mother, you must come to see the daffodils before they are over." I wanted to go, but it was a 2-hour drive from Laguna to Lake Arrowhead. "I will come next Tuesday," I promised a little reluctantly on her third call. Next Tuesday dawned cold and rainy. Still, I had promised, and reluctantly I drove there. When I finally walked into Carolyn's house, I was welcomed by the joyful sounds of happy children. I delightedly hugged and greeted my grandchildren. "Forget the daffodils, Carolyn. The road is invisible in these clouds and fog, and there is nothing in the world except you and these children that I want to see badly enough to drive another inch." My daughter smiled calmly and said, "We drive in this all the time, Mother." "Well, you won't get me back on the road until it clears, and then I'm heading for home," I assured her. "But first, we're going to see the daffodils. It's just a few blocks," Carolyn said. "I'll drive. I'm used to this." "Carolyn," I said sternly, "please turn around." "It's all right, Mother, I promise. You will never forgive yourself if you miss this experience." The sight of endless daffodils, a breathtaking view that captures the heart and soul. After about 20 minutes, we turned onto a small gravel road, and I saw a small church. On the far side of the church, I saw a hand-lettered sign with an arrow that read, "The Daffodil Garden." We got out of the car, each took a child's hand, and I followed Carolyn down the path. Then, as we turned a corner, I looked up and gasped. Before me lay the most glorious sight. An endless sea of golden daffodils stretches across the horizon, a vision of pure beauty. We just stood and gazed at the wonderful sight. It looked as though someone had taken a great vat of gold and poured it over the mountain and its surrounding slopes. The flowers were planted in majestic swirling patterns, great ribbons and swaths of deep orange, creamy white, lemon yellow, salmon pink, and saffron and butter yellow. Each different colored variety was planted in large groups so that it swirled and flowed like its own river with its own unique hue. There were 5 acres of flowers. Amidst the daffodils, vibrant tulips add splashes of color, enhancing the garden's allure. The garden is a tapestry of colors, each bloom contributing to the symphony of nature. "Who did this?" I asked Carolyn. "Just one woman," Carolyn answered. "She lives on the property. That's her home." Carolyn pointed to a well-kept small A-frame house, modestly sitting in the midst of all that glory. We walked up to the house. On the patio, we saw a poster. "Answers to the questions I know you are asking," was the headline. The first answer was a simple one. 50,000 bulbs, it read. The second answer was, "One at a time, by one woman, 2 hands, 2 feet, and 1 brain." The third answer was, "Began in 1958. For me, that moment was a life-changing experience. I thought of this woman whom I had never met, who, almost 50 years before, had begun, one bulb at a time, to bring her vision of beauty and joy to an obscure mountaintop. Planting one bulb at a time, year after year, this unknown woman had forever changed the world in which she lived. One day at a time, she had created something of extraordinary magnificence, beauty, and inspiration. The principle her daffodil garden taught is one of the greatest principles of celebration. That is, learning to move toward our goals and desires one step at a time, often just one baby step at a time, and learning to love the doing, learning to use the accumulation of time. When we multiply tiny pieces of time with small increments of daily effort, we too will find we can accomplish magnificent things. We can change the world. "It makes me sad in a way," I admitted to Carolyn. "What might I have accomplished if I had thought of a wonderful goal 35 or 40 years ago and had worked away at it one bulb at a time through all those years? Just think what I might have been able to achieve." My daughter summed up the message of the day in her usual direct way. "Start tomorrow," she said. She was right. It's so pointless to think of the lost hours of yesterdays. The way to make learning a lesson of celebration instead of a cause for regret is only to ask, how can I put this to use today? Use the Daffodil Principle. Stop waiting. Until your car or home is paid off, until you get a new car or home, until your kids leave the house, until you go back to school, until you finish school, until you clean the house, until you organize the garage, until you clean off your desk, until you lose 10 palsums, until you gain 10 palsums, until you get married, until you get a divorce, until you have kids, until the kids go to school, until you retire, until summer, until spring, until winter, until fall, until you die. There is no better time than right now to be happy. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. So work like you don't need money, love like you've never been hurt, and dance like no one's watching. Wishing you a beautiful daffodil day. Don't be afraid that your life will end. Be afraid that it will never begin. If you want to brighten someone's day, pass this on to someone special. A simple act of sharing can make a profound difference. Pass on the inspiration. Thank you. The end.